So, you want to know what keeps a guy like me up at night? I'll tell you, it's not the competition, it's not the books, it's the hum of a machine, and that cold fear you get thinking about when that hum just stops. Look, this isn't about some fancy gadget. It's about peace of mind. It's about not losing your whole business overnight.
Let me ask you something. You ever make up in the middle of the night, heart just pounding? Not because of some bad dream. No, it's that thought. Is the walk-in still cold? Is my inventory okay? You know that feeling?
I ask 'cause, well, I've lived it. Let me tell you about a night I would love to forget. A real disaster. And it all started, of course, with a pastrami. Picture this, middle of July, a real scorcher, and my main compressor decides to take a little vacation. And just like that, poof, thousands of dollars. Beautiful, hand-cured, perfectly smoked pastrami right in the garbage. It's a gut punch, I'm telling you, a real nightmare. So, right after that whole mess, I said, never again. That's it. I can't be everywhere at once, right? I needed somebody on the job 24/7, someone I could really trust. So, I went out and hired a new guy. And let me tell you, he's the best employee I've ever had. And here he is. This is my new guy, this little box from a company called Sollae Systems, the SIG 5430. Yeah, I know, doesn't look like much. But this is my night watchman, my engineer, and my alarm system all rolled into one. This thing, forget about it. And check out how simple this is. You got the thermometer in my freezer. That's the analog sensor. And it's always talking to this box. The box then zaps that information over the internet, and bam, it pops right up on my computer in the office. So the freezer talks to the box talks to the internet, and the internet talks to me. Simple. I see everything all the time. Okay, so how does this little gizmo actually know what's going on? Let's get into the nitty-gritty for a second, because this is where it really earns its keep. It's all about how it measures stuff. It all comes down to this thing they call analog input. Now think about the digital scale we use at the counter. It doesn't just tell you if you got pastrami on there. It tells you exactly how much, a pound and a half. That's what analog is. It's not just on or off. It's how much. Now, it does this by reading these tiny little changes in electricity, voltage, and current. All you and I need to know is that this means it can connect to basically any pro-level sensor out there. Temperature, pressure, humidity, you name it, this box can listen to it. It's super versatile. My old setup? What a dummy. It was basically a light. The only information I got was cold, or hey, it's not cold anymore. And let me tell you, by the time that light came on, I was already in deep trouble. But this new guy, he's a genius. 4,096. That's how many different levels of temperature this thing can see. It's something called 12-bit resolution. So instead of just cold or not cold, I get over 4,000 shades of cold. And believe me, when you're dealing with delicate prosciutto, you need that kind of precision. But here's the thing. Just watching isn't enough, right? The real magic is that this box doesn't just tell me there's a problem. It actually does something about it. It's like having a manager who sees an issue and just handles it. No questions asked. They call this feature the Internet Switch, which, is a fancy name for a beautiful idea. It just lets my equipment talk to each other directly. The freezer sensor can tell the backup compressor to fire up, all on its own. No middleman. Bada bing, bada boom. I mean, think about it. The old way. An alarm goes off, I gotta drop everything, run down to the basement, and flip the switch on the backup unit myself. The smart way? The freezer gets just a little too warm, the box sees it, and it automatically tells the backup to kick in. I don't lift a finger. It's just done. So maybe you don't run a deli. That's fine. Why should you care about this little box? Well, because this kind of tech isn't just for pastrami. It's for anyone who has something, anything, that they absolutely cannot afford to let fail. And listen, this thing is a real tough guy. It works from -40 all the way up to 85 degrees Celsius. That's like from inside a deep freezer to right next to the ovens. It's protected from power surges if you wire it wrong by mistake. It's built for tough places. This ain't some toy. Their own brochure says it best. You no longer need to invest your time and energy to manage your devices on site. What that really means to me? I don't have to be there. I can be at my kid's baseball game, and I know my new guy is back at the shop watching everything for me. That's priceless. So, I'll leave you with this question. Forget about my pastrami for a second. What do you have? A server room that has to stay cool? A greenhouse? A water pump way out in some field?
What in your business is so important that it absolutely, positively cannot fail? Because now you can get a guy to watch it for you 24/7.